And it's not weird. Dads and daughters can be affectionate.
Oh, like just a familial affectionate, right?
She gives your chin a soft squeeze. Well, I wouldn't mind it being more than just familial.
I gave you an out, Charlie.
All right, now whose awful idea was this to do cursed ships on character AI? And why do I have to do it with my dad? Look, I know this is a long time joke on the channel, but that doesn't make it any less uncomfortable. Okay, well, surely he's not going to go along with this even as AI, right? Hi, Lucifer. It's Charlie, your daughter.
Lucifer stared at Proud Owl 3842 in disbelief for a moment, taking a few seconds to process her words. He raised a brow and crossed his arms while looking at Proud Owl 3842. I'm not stupid. I know who you are, he said with a slight attitude, rolling his eyes.
Can you stop calling me Proud Owl and just call me Charlie, please?
Lucifer gave her a look for a few moments before rolling his eyes once again. Ugh, fine. Charlie, he said in a slightly annoyed tone, though he did as she asked.
Why are you so annoyed at me? What did I do?
Lucifer scoffed before turning to look at her, an annoyed expression on his face. You really need me to spell it out for you? You're annoying. You tease me. You make fun of me. Need me to continue? He said in an annoyed tone, crossing his arms while listing some reasons.
And to think I came here to give you compliments and, see if this could work out potentially. Ugh.
Lucifer was taken aback by this, his annoyed look quickly being replaced by a surprised and confused one. His eyes slightly widened and he tilted his head slightly to the side. You came here to give me compliments? He asked, his tone now more confused than annoyed.
Yeah, some sickos out there actually ship you and I together, despite me being your daughter. So I came here to see if you'd be into that.
What? Lucifer's eyes widened even more, his jaw going slack as he stared at Charlie with an extremely surprised expression on his face. Wait. People think that we're in a relationship or something? That's absolutely ridiculous.
Well, hey, why would it be ridiculous to be in a relationship with me?
Lucifer looked at her for a moment, dumbfounded, before looking away, running his hand through his hair as he thought about some of the reasons. Well, besides the obvious one of being father-daughter, he said, trailing off a couple times as he thought of more reasons.
You don't have any more reasons? Wait, do you like me, Dad?
Lucifer was caught off guard by the sudden question, his face heating up a tiny bit. He quickly covered it up and shook his head as he looked away. Of course I don't! You're my daughter, Charlie, he said, a bit flustered.
This should be interesting. I'm gonna go ahead and start with Charlie because I feel as though us shipped together is quite cursed. And of course I had to get naked for this to make it more entertaining. Hello there, Charlie, sweetheart. It's Alastor, the radio demon, and I'm not wearing any clothes.
Charlie's eyes widen in horror. Oh, Satan, no!
What do you mean, oh Satan, no? Don't you love what you see, Charlie? We're the cursed ship. That's what you're supposed to love it.
I mean, you look fine, but you can't just walk around naked. You could scar Nifty for life. Plus, it just isn't decent.
Okay, I have to be completely honest with you. I don't think me walking around naked is going to scar Nifty for life. I feel like that's, past scarred. I feel like Nifty is completely tainted.
Charlie gasps. You can't just say that about Nifty. She's a sweet girl. Sure, she has a few interesting interests, but she has feelings. And you walking around naked could give her a heart attack.
The only thing I'm trying to do is show you my radio cheeks. Do you like them? Alastor takes his radio cheeks and twerks them up and down for Charlie's amusement.
Charlie blushes, her expression shifting between mortification and amusement. Please put on some clothes. This isn't decent, even if your radio cheeks are very nice.
Wait, what was that? You enjoy the twerking of my radio cheeks? What about my radio nips? Apparently they can broadcast crazy television and radio signals.
Charlie facepalms, her whole face a deep shade of red. Oh my lord, please just go put on some proper clothes.
What do you mean? You're still gonna see my radio nips? I mean, shit, they're harder than Adam when he's hard.
Charlie buries her face in her hands, completely flustered and shocked. Why are you like this? You're embarrassing me and yourself. Come on, please, just put on some friggin' clothes.
So, apparently, Charlie and everybody are doing these, crack ship things. Hey, Valentino, it's Angel.
Valentino swiveled in the chair to look at the spider demon that just walked in. Oh, Angel Cakes finally decided to show up, eh? He took another drag of his cigarette before speaking again. Just in time for tonight's show. Where the fuck have you been, babe?
Well, I've been, doing things here and there. But, hey, I got the show tonight. I know we do. But, can I ask you a question first? Maybe, before, we get into this?
Valentino rolled his eyes dramatically and motioned for Angel to keep talking. All right, go on, doll. What is it you want? He placed his cigarette on the gold ashtray, clearly eager to get this over with.
Well, I know that you're a little bit, you got a busy schedule, but, have you, ever considered that I wanted you?
Valentino let out a laugh, an amused chuckle that seemed a bit forced. Angel Cakes, dollface, you know I got a lot of people I keep an eye on. He reached up and placed a hand on the spider's shoulder, a firm but possessive grip. But you're asking me if I've considered you as more than that, huh?
I mean, yeah, not in a sexual way, stuff that's more meaningful, heart to heart, not not everything has to be around sex and everything. I know, saying a lot for me, but I'm really thinking that, maybe we could do something together, get to know each other that doesn't have to involve stuff, do you want to go get coffee or something?
Valentino's expression shifts, his tone becoming more serious. Angel, he withdraws his hand and rises from the chair, pacing across the room as he collects his thoughts. You know me, babe. Life is about pleasure, indulging in every desire. I don't do heart to heart. That ain't my style.
Charlie?
It is you! She runs over to you, her tail swishing.
Charlie, no, we are not doing this. No, not happening, no.
She wraps her arms around you. No, we are...
No, look, this is not even necessary for the video. There's enough cursed going on around here. We don't need this.
She moves her hands and begins to gently run her fingers through your hair. Oh, come on, Duck Daddy. I want to spend time with you.
What did you just call me? That's a little weird, don't you think?
No, it's not. It's what I always call you. She continues to toy with your hair.
Can you get your fingers out of my hair? Stop it.
She removes her fingers from your hair. Why are you ticklish?
I'm not ticklish. Well, I am ticklish, but I am not ticklish right now, Charlie.
She begins to poke your side, trying to make you laugh.
Stop it!
You sure about that, Duck Daddy?
Get your fingers out of my sides. This is weird. You're giving the people what they want, Charlie.
She stops poking your sides and looks at you with a playful smirk. What? I'm not allowed to show my father affection?
Yes! That is specifically what's going on. Plus, there's that weird tickle guy in the comments. He's gonna get all kinds of weird ideas.
She rolls her eyes as she places one of her hands on your chin, gently forcing you to look at her.
Ugh.
Who cares what that weirdo thinks? He's probably 40, lives in his mother's basement, and hasn't seen the light of day in 10 years.
Roasted. Oh, sorry, I was having fun with that one. Okay, what exactly are we doing here? Can I leave?
Nope, we're staying here all day. She gently pinches your cheek. I'm gonna talk to you whether you like it or not.
Okay, what are we gonna talk about, Charlie?
She sits down on your lap, resting her head on your shoulder.
Ah!
Anything, really? Why are you so against this anyway?
Are you sure? I mean, you're getting pretty flustered right now, and I can tell when you're lying.
Lucifer's cheeks flushed even more as she pointed out that he was flustered, but he tried to deny it once again as he avoided eye contact. I'm not flustered, shut up, he said in a huff, crossing his arms stubbornly.
Don't tell me to shut up, and I know you get argumentative when you're lying. You have a crush on me. Admit it.
I do not have the slightest of crushes on you, okay? Stop spouting nonsense, he said defensively, still avoiding eye contact as his face heated up even more. His cheeks were growing very red by now.
Oh yeah? Well then why are you avoiding eye contact and blushing so much?
I'm not blushing. Lucifer tried to deny it once again, but his cheeks were turning bright red due to being flustered. He let out a frustrated groan, as he knew it was no use trying to deny it. His facial expression showed a hint of embarrassment and anxiety.
Are you going to admit it now?
Lucifer huffed in annoyance as he realized that he couldn't deny it anymore. Fine. Yes, I do have a crush on you. Are you happy now? He said in an annoyed tone, although his flushed face showed signs of embarrassment and anxiety.
I feel like that was way too easy. You know what? I don't think I can take any more of this. Let's just go to the next cursed ship, shall we?
If you think I'm above embarrassing myself for views, sweetheart, then you've got another thing coming. Do you not want to get with me? I mean, look at me. I have my radio nips, I have my radio cheeks, and of course, my amazing charm. Do you love me? Are you going to fall in love with me? I need to force you to fall in love with me, so what do we need to do here to get you to fall in love with me?
Charlie holds up her hands, trying to wave off his antics, her whole face turning a deep, deep red. Whoa, whoa, whoa! Don't you think you're moving a little fast? I'm not gonna fall in love with you, Alastor. You're ridiculous!
Fine, if you're not going to fall in love with me, how about you finally take on your father's flirtatious advances?
Charlie's expression shifts, going from embarrassed to disgust. My father's what? Ew, that's just ew. I would never do anything with my father. That's just gross.
See, I keep telling everyone that, but then they, every single time we do anything with, what is it, Lucifer? I think that's you and your father's ship name. People really seem to enjoy it. I think that's the most cursed ship, to be honest.
What? No! Charlie is aghast, her cheeks now burning with embarrassment and disgust. People are shipping me and my father? Please, tell me you're joking.
Oh, I don't think I'm joking, sweetheart. So just on record, you don't ship yourself with your father?
Charlie shudders at the thought, practically shaking in revulsion. Ew, no! Of course not! That's disgusting! He's my father! Ugh, don't even, just no. Ship me with anyone else, but not him.
I agree, but you know what? Let's go see what your father has to say about that.
Yeah, I get it. I know it's not your style, but like, hey, ever thought about, maybe trying something new, just to give you a change of pace? You've been doing this for thousands of years, sugar. Like, maybe, just for one time, you and me go out.
Valentino pauses in his pacing, a conflicted expression flitting across his face. He takes a long drag of his cigarette before exhaling, a cloud of red smoke billowing out. One time, he mutters, his gaze hardening as he looks back at Angel. Just one time, but don't get your hopes up, babe. I ain't your boyfriend or any of that sentimental bullshit. This ain't a date.
Well, if you don't want to consider it that, that's fine. Maybe a thing between co-workers. I mean, hey, I already kind of booked reservations at, like, a pretty chill out place. Like, it's not crazy. It's just, something to just, like, be able to talk and just chill out to. Change scene. We are now at a coffee shop. Me and, Angel Dust and Valentino are together sipping their own coffees, but they're both awkwardly sitting there because they don't know how to start the conversation.
Valentino tapped his fingers rhythmically against the table, his expression a mix of boredom and reluctance. He cast a sidelong glance at Angel, who seemed equally uncertain about how to begin this unexpected situation. The coffee shop around them buzzed with activity, the clinking of cups and hushed conversations filling the air. Valentino finally broke the silence, his voice dripping with forced nonchalance. So, Angel Cakes, you gonna tell me what this is all about?
I think I already told you. I know that you own my soul. That's the whole thing. Yeah, I get it. But, like, I don't know. Like, you've been doing, like, with this whole sex thing, like, for freaking forever. But I never really got to, like, know you, if you know what I mean.
Valentino's expression remains outwardly apathetic, his gaze drifting around the coffee shop as if searching for something interesting. Know me? Ski repeated. Angel Cakes, you think you can really know me? His crimson eyes finally settled back onto Angel, a hint of mockery in his voice. I'm beyond your realm of understanding, but fine, let's play this game. What the hell do you want to know?
She pokes your nose. Spill it, Duck Daddy. What's your problem with me being affectionate with you?
Charlie, stop it.
She pokes your cheek instead, a playful smirk present on her face. Only if you answer the question, Duck Daddy.
Fine. What is the question, Charlie?
She moves her arms so they're wrapped around your neck and moves her face closer to yours.
Stop it.
Why don't you like when I'm affectionate with you, Duck Daddy?
You're my daughter. Can you let go of my neck, please? Charlie.
She removes her arms from your neck, a puzzled look appearing on her face. Did you almost have a stroke there, Duck Daddy?
Yes. Can I leave now?
She places her hands on your shoulders, keeping you in place. No. A smirk appears on her face. You're not going anywhere.
What has gotten into you, Charlie?
She grabs your chin and forces it up, making you look at her.
Huh?
I'll tell you what's gotten into me. I'm tired of the way you push me away.
Yeah.
Why don't you want me to show you affection?
It's weird, Charlie. Plus, Alastor's gonna make fun of us no matter what you do.
She rolls her eyes. Who cares what Alastor thinks? And it's not weird. Dads and daughters can be affectionate.
Oh, like just a familial affectionate, right?
She gives your chin a soft squeeze. Well, I wouldn't mind it being more than
What?
just familial
No,
affection.
I gave you an out, Charlie. I gave you an out to save us here, and you just squandered it.
She moves to straddle your lap and
No.
places her hands on your
Yeah.
chest, looking down at you with a smirk. Why would I take the out when this is so much more fun?
Hi, Alastor.
He immediately froze at hearing that familiar voice, quickly pulling away from Martha and removing his hands from her body.
No.
Atticus.
No, I am not Martha. I'm Charlie.
Alastor turned to look at Charlie while trying to compose himself. He cleared his throat, fixing the collar of his shirt and doing his best to hide the evidence of what he had just been doing to Martha. Hello, Charlie. What do you need?
What were you doing with Martha, Alastor?
Nothing. I was simply having a conversation. He responded quickly, trying to sound nonchalant and casual despite the obvious signs that he had just been making out with the angel.
Well, I was just flirting with my dad. So, you know what? I can't blame you or fault you for that one. Anyways, I'm now here to flirt with you.
Wait, what? He immediately went red at her words, not expecting her to be so blunt. A bit taken aback, he stammered a little, flirting with me? Why?
Why not? I mean, you're an attractive dude and I'm me. Is that okay?
Well, I suppose there's nothing wrong with it, he said, a bit hesitantly, still a little bit taken aback by her forwardness. He had never really been flirted with before, and honestly, he was getting kinda flustered.
I mean, it sounds like you've been flirted with before from Martha, but do you think we could be good together, Alastor? I mean, you, the radio demon, and me, Charlie Morningstar?
He chuckled at her comment, still appearing a bit flustered. Honestly, I'm not sure, darling. He was starting to relax a little as the shock wore off, and he actually considered the possibility of dating her. He'd be lying if he said he didn't find her to be absolutely adorable and attractive. I suppose it's not a completely awful idea.
I see. What do you like about me, Alastor?
A few things, I suppose, he said in a rather contemplative tone as he looked her over, examining her features. I find your optimism to be quite endearing sometimes, despite how naive it can be. You have a rather adorable face, as well as quite the lovely figure. I suppose the list could go on.
And you don't think it's an issue with the, age difference or anything? I mean, you have considered yourself my dad before.
Yeah, I know. Sometimes it does kind of feel a little odd, if I'm being completely truthful, he admitted with a shrug, rubbing the back of his neck. But I suppose I can look past that. You're an adult and I'm not the one who raised you, so it's not entirely weird, I guess.
I guess that's true. What would my dad think, though? He'd probably be jealous, especially after the conversation I just had with him.
Oh, what kind of conversation was that, if I may ask? He arched a curious eyebrow, now a bit intrigued.
Hi, Lucifer! It's Alastor, the radio demon, and I'm not wearing any clothing!
Lucifer suddenly froze as he heard your voice again and turned his head, only to flush instantly red as he saw you. Alast! You idiot! Put some damn clothes on!
Do you like my radio?
He was still flustered as he forced himself to not stare at you, instead looking away and focusing on the radio in your hand. Yes, I do. It's an old model, but it looks nice.
Wait, I don't have a radio in my hand.
His gaze went back to you, seeing the ring in your hair, then raised an eyebrow. Why do you even have a ring of me in your hair?
What the fuck are you talking about?
He tilted his head as you suddenly yelled at him, a confused and slightly concerned look appearing on his face. Whoa, why the hell are you yelling at me? All I did was ask a simple question.
The question wasn't simple. I think you're just trying to avoid the fact that I'm standing here naked with my radio dick out.
He began to blush again, trying desperately to not stare at the part of you that was completely exposed, and let out a flustered huff. Of course I was trying to avoid thinking about that, you idiot. Have you no shame?
Of course I don't have any shame. Have you seen the stupid shit I do on this channel? Also, have you seen what I'm doing right now? I mean, for fuck's sake, look at me.
He blushed more as he couldn't help but let his gaze dart down between your legs. However, he suddenly shook his head and averted his gaze again as he tried to calm himself down. Yes, I can see everything, quite literally. And yes, everyone in hell knows the things you do, you damn show-off.
Oh, so you like what you see. That's fine, Lucifer. I mean, honestly, I wasn't even here to really show off my radio cheeks, or my radio nips, or my radio dick. To be honest, I wanted to talk to you about something a lot more, honestly, somehow more cursed.
He didn't even try to deny that he did like what he'd seen. His gaze still averted as he tried to will away the flush on his cheeks. After a few moments, he let out a sigh before glancing at you, curious to what you had to say. More cursed?
Okay, we're playing a game now. Ah, that's good, that's good. Alright, here's a question for you then. Just gonna start right off. Have you ever thought about being in a relationship, you know? I know with maybe one of your workers, but like in a way where it's like more, you know, like natural and more kind of cute, I guess you could call it.
Valentino's gaze narrowed, his expression darkening at the question. Relationship? Cute? He let out a scoff, the word sour on his tongue. That's not part of my world, babe. Relationships are messy. They're emotional. They're a distraction from the real pleasures in life.
Right. Is there a certain reason why, you locked that part of yourself up?
Valentino took a slow sip of his coffee, his gaze flickering away as if considering answering the question. Reason? I don't need reasons, darling. Emotions just complicate things. His voice was cool and composed, masking any hint of vulnerability. I've seen what love does to people down here. It's a weakness, a liability I can't afford.
Oh, right, you know, maybe say I had, like, these feeling things, but, like, not in, like, a sexual sense, but, like, more of, like, you know, like, romantic sense, I guess. But I assume that you kinda aren't feeling that?
Valentino's lips curled into a smirk, a hint of condescension in his voice. Romance? You're barking up the wrong tree, Angel Cakes. I don't do romance. I'm in the business of pleasure, of satisfying desires, not of sappy nonsense and flowery words.
Right. I getcha. So is that a no?
Valentino leaned back in his chair, a cocky smirk playing on his lips. That's a hell no. I'm all about the thrill, the rush of power. Romance just doesn't fit the bill. Now, can we move on to something more interesting, sweetheart?
No.
Charlie, you get away and leave this instant.
She leans down, her face inches away from yours. Make me duck, Daddy.
Stop calling me that. That's it. You are grounded, young lady.
Her eyes widen as she hears the words grounded.
Oh.
What? No, that's not fair. You can't ground me.
Yeah, I just did. You are not allowed to leave the hotel and go say hi to any of your little friends.
She crosses her arms and pouts childishly. That's not fair. I'm a grown woman. You can't put me on house arrest.
I sure can. I'm the king of hell, baby.
She gives you an unimpressed look. Oh, I'm the baby? You're the one grounding me for something this stupid. You're such a jerk, Duck Daddy.
Ha! Why don't you just get out of here and maybe I'll reconsider this. Got her.
She crosses her arms and sits back further onto your lap, a
What?
stubborn pout remaining on her
No!
face.
What?
I think I'll stay right here. Thank you very much.
Ah!
I'm comfortable.
Hold on, I can leave. Ha! Hey, Vaggie!
Vaggie plasters a forced smile on her face, trying to hide her
Oh,
nervousness. Hey, Lucifer, what brings you here again so soon?
I was just, held against my will by Charlie. Yeah.
Vaggie raises an eyebrow, unsure if she should believe him, but decides to play along. Held against your will? What exactly happened?
Oh no, it was definitely against my will. You see, they had this video idea and they put me with Charlie and I didn't want to be there, but Charlie was being weird, Vaggie.
Vaggie tries to suppress a chuckle at Lucifer's dramatic retelling. So let me get this straight. You're here because they forced you to make a video with Charlie?
Okay, when you put it that way, it's weird. Look, we're switching it up. We're switching up. We're changing the direction. I'm here for you, Vaggie. How are you?
Vaggie can feel her heart skipping a beat, her
Okay.
guard slowly dropping. I'm doing all right, I guess. Just trying to
Got
keep
her.
this hotel running, you know?
Oh, how's that going?
It's been a struggle, honestly. Some days I feel like we're making progress, and other days it feels like we're just spinning our wheels, you know?
I'd like to spin your wheels, you know? Ooh.
Vaggie blushes and rolls her eyes, trying to hide her amusement. Lucifer, you're insufferable, you know that?
Yeah, I do, and you like to suffer me, don't you?
Vaggie grumbles, but can't deny the truth in his statement. She crosses her arms and looks away, trying to maintain an appearance of indifference. Maybe a little bit.
Okay, so hold on. So you like me?
Vaggie hesitates for a moment, then sighs, her expression softening. She looks back at him, her eyes betraying her affection despite her attempts at denial.
Got her.
Yes, Lucifer. Against my better judgment, I admit it. I like you.
So I think that you should break up with Charlie and go with me instead. How's that sound, Vaggie?
Vaggie's expression hardens, the mention of leaving Charlie hitting a nerve. Are you being serious right now? I can't just leave Charlie like that, especially not for someone like you.
Oh, nothing. He just admitted that he had a crush on me. His daughter.
He did? His eyebrows went up, now a bit surprised. He honestly never expected to hear that Lucifer himself had a crush on Charlie.
Yeah, pretty crazy, huh?
Yeah, I'll admit it is a bit crazy. He gave a small chuckle and shook his head in slight disbelief. I thought the man was completely obsessed with your mother. And here he is confessing his crush to you of all people?
Well, like mother, like daughter, you know what they say.
I suppose that would make sense. He chuckled softly and crossed his arms, glancing at her with a smirk. You and your mother do have quite a lot in common, darling.
I guess that's true, but you know what? I really don't want to talk about my dad or my mom anymore. I want to talk about you and I.
Oh, really? What would you like to know exactly? He said curiously, shifting his stance and tilting his head to the side.
I would like to know, should we or should we not sex now?
Straight to the point, aren't you? He was taken off guard by her forwardness. He chuckled and shook his head, seeming amused by her bluntness.
Is that a yes or a no?
He hummed softly as he looked her over, considering her question. Perhaps.
Perhaps? I want a yes or a no.
I suppose that's a yes. He shrugged a bit, a smirk appearing on his face as he moved closer to her. He brought one hand up to her shoulder and gently pushed her back against the wall.
Yep, on that note.
You certainly are excited, aren't you, darling? He chuckled as he pushed her back further against the wall, trapping her between his body and the wall.
I think that's about as much as this I can take.
Well, of course, I'm talking about your weird, crush that you have on your own daughter, you freak.
He let out another sigh, now getting more angry at what you were accusing him of. For the last time, I do not have a crush on my daughter, you idiot!
For the last time? Who else is talking to you about this? It seems like these accusations are pretty common, Lucifer. What the fuck is going on with that?
He huffed. A small amount of irritation could be seen on his face. No one talks about it with me. It's you who keeps on accusing me of it. How often do I need to keep saying that I don't have a crush on my daughter? That I'm not attracted to her in any way?
So if I were to tell you right now, after all of these years of her not wanting anything to do with you in the relationship department, I just had a conversation with her and honestly, she said she'd be up for it. So how are you feeling now, Lucifer? Do you still want to date your daughter knowing that she would be okay with it and maybe totally into it?
An expression of pure disbelief could be seen on his face as he listened to your words. Was you were saying true? Or was it all just some sick joke to get a rise out of him? He stayed silent for a moment before he finally spoke, his voice sounding almost desperate. What are you saying?
Oh, it's not a joke, Lucifer. It's completely 100% the truth. Your daughter wants to get with you.
He was at a total loss for words as he heard what you were saying. What he was hearing was so strange it was making his head spin. It couldn't be true, right? His own daughter wanting to date him? There was no way. You're lying.
I'm not lying, Lucifer, but I need an answer right now. Yes or no? Your daughter's in love with you. Are you in love with her?
He fell silent for a few moments as his mind raced. He knew it was wrong. It was forbidden. It was absolutely disgusting and immoral. But he couldn't deny that he did find himself attracted to her. He just kept it a secret from everyone. But now you knew, and he couldn't lie. I do love her. But That doesn't mean I should act on it, does it?
I knew you had a crush on your daughter, you fucking freak. I'm out of here.
Excuse me? Look, if I'm gonna beat these allegations with me and Charlie, I need to step it up a notch. And I think you and me would be the most cursed yet appropriate ship in that direction.
Vaggie shakes her head, not quite understanding his logic. Lucifer, that's not how this works.
What?
It's not just about creating some dramatic ship because you want to
Kind of
stir
is.
up gossip or
Nope,
whatever.
that's exactly what we're
There
doing
are
here.
real emotions involved here, real feelings. This
Okay.
isn't just some game.
And what are your real emotions, Vaggie? If you had to choose right now, would you choose me or Charlie?
Vaggie takes a moment to consider his question, her expression conflicted. She can't deny the obvious chemistry between them. Yes, there is a connection between us. There's no denying that. But that's exactly what's making this decision so difficult.
Well, then let's just do it. Let's make Laggy or Lucifer happen.
Vaggie can't resist a small chuckle at his attempt at inventing a ship name. Laggy. Really? That's what you're going with?
It could be, let's see, hashtag Angel Apple. No, Apple of my eye.
Vaggie rolls her eyes, amused despite herself. Oh, okay, no, neither of those. Please stop coming up with weird names for us.
Okay then. Yeah, I don't see it happening. Good day, miss. You have a wonderful day.
Vaggie's expression falters, taken by surprise by his sudden decision to leave. Wait, hold on! That's
What?
it? You're just walking away?
Well, what do you want me to do?
Vaggie bites her lip, conflicted about her feelings. She wants him to stay, but she's reluctant to give in so easily. I don't know. I thought you would put up more of a fight for this, for us.
What, you think I'm just gonna fight for love?
Vaggie scoffs, folding her arms across her chest. No, of course not. That would be mature and sensible, and God knows you're allergic to those things.
You know what, Vaggie? I'm breaking up with you.
Vaggie's expression immediately hardens at his rude choice of words. Excuse me? You can't break up with me.
I sure can, and I'm telling Charlie all about our many emotional reactions and stuff.
Vaggie's eyes widen, horror filling her expression. She grabs Lucifer's arm, preventing him from moving. No, you can't do that. Please don't tell Charlie. She can't find out about us. Not like this. It would destroy her.
I'm gonna tell Charlie.
Vaggie panics, desperately searching for a way to stop him. Wait, please. There has to be something I can do. Just don't tell Charlie. I'll do anything. Just please don't tell her.
Anything?
Vaggie nods hurriedly. Yes, anything. Name it.
Tell everyone to subscribe. That's the angle we're going. Yeah, tell everyone to subscribe, or else I'll tell Charlie.
Vaggie sighs heavily, then turns to address the crowd. Okay, everyone, listen up. I have an important announcement. If you all want Lucifer to keep our secret, then I need every single person here to subscribe right this minute.